Welcome to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford, so grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Minding My Business. We appreciate you stopping by. Today I have Miss Sheniqua Johnson, who is a woman inspiring nations. Sheniqua is a registered nurse of 16 years and a life coach. Sheniqua is also the CEO of A Better You, LLC. She is a fellow author in the book Women Inspiring Nations, as well as an author of several inspirational books. I am excited to have her here today to share her journey with all of us. So welcome to the show, Sheniqua.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, tell us who Sheniqua is and how she got started.
Well, Sheniqua is a simple girl. I always say that I am so simple. It's, there's nothing too complicated about me, but then again, everything is complicated about me. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. I am all heart. I care. I love hard. I am just grateful for life and all of the possibilities that it has with it. I am a caregiver by nature. That's who I am. I am an encourager by nature. That's who I was born to be. So being a registered nurse turned life coach and health coach, it really is just something that just flows very, very naturally for me. Writing the book with you, Women Inspiring Nations, and my other book, I Didn't Know My Own Strength, How My Faith Moved My Mountains. Those are books that I use my words to help to encourage people. And again, it just flows from me because that's who I am deep down into my core. And I love to do it. I love to see people getting ahead in life. I love to see people, thriving in their gifts and walking in their purpose and their passion. So however I can contribute to that, I am all for it. So that's who Sheniqua really is.
Oh, wow. And I can hear it and feel it in your voice when you speak, because it's nothing, to me, being on this earth is not about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I once watched Oprah, and I think she had a challenge to write down every day what you did. And when I went back and I looked at that diary, nothing was for me.
That's right.
So being able to support other people is huge, and I think it is a mission that you definitely are anointed with.
That's right. You have to be. In order for it to flow, without it feeling like it's a chore or it's a bother, it really has to be you walking in your gifting to be able to do it.
And you're so right. You're so right. Now, tell me a little bit about A Better You.
Well, A Better You is my baby. That's my organization that I started and I run. And basically, I am a life coach and a health coach. And I'm trying to help to empower women to live their best lives mentally, physically, and spiritually, because you need that balance. Oftentimes, as a registered nurse, I would see people coming in and out of the hospital settings, and I even worked in home care for a few years, and I would see people constantly coming back in, and I'm like, why are you Why do you keep coming back in? Like, what's going on? We give you the medication, we take you for those tests, we get everything taken care of. Why is it that you're returning back? And then I had one of those, again, like Oprah, those epiphany moments, that light bulb moment where the light comes on, and it's like, Sheniqua, the reason why these people are coming back is because you're only dealing with one area. So as a registered nurse in the hospitals, we're helping people, but ideally we're working on their physical. And oftentimes their mental aspects, their mental capabilities get overlooked because you're so fixated on trying to regulate the blood work and bring down the blood pressure and get the blood sugar, back to normal range. So you get so busy focusing on the physical, those other areas begin to lack. Now, working in those hospital settings, I didn't have much control over what I can do, how I can do it. So that's what made me decide to start a Better You LLC, where I can do everything. I can work on all three of those major areas in people's lives to help them find that balance so that they have the physical wellness that they need, and they have the mental wellness to sustain it, and then they have the spiritual wellness to keep them grounded, to keep them focused, and to keep them thriving on faith. So my organization is, to me, it's very, very crucial because there are so many people who are, yes, they're thriving in one area of their life, but then they're lacking in another area. So I find it very, very important, and my heart is for women, so helping them to just create that balance, and that balance is defined by their own terms. It's not defined by what society says you should be and how you should think and how you should feel. No, it's about helping them tap into who they are at their core, going down to the deeper, the simplest areas, and then discovering that it is all very, very complicated, but helping them to find and create that balance. That's what a Better You LLC does.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. And a lot of times you're so right. I see people go in and out of the hospital for the same issues. And for the most part, physicians are trained to deal with that particular problem at the physical level. Mm-hmm. But as you stated, everything is connected. Mm-hmm. Everything is connected, and if your mindset doesn't support your physical, then they're in conflict.
That's right. Because you know what? You can have a hemoglobin A1C that's perfect. It's just straight up and down perfect. You can have the strength of mind capacity that's just thriving and nothing is touching you. You woosah everything, but then you lack faith. And you're spiritually not grounded. You're going to have that imbalance. So you can't be super strong in one area and then super weak in the other area. You're not going to find that balance. So I'm all about helping people to identify that and then really just developing a plan to get them to live their best life, hence the title, A Better You. I want you to become a better version of yourself as defined by you.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. And, I mean, there's nothing else on the other side of that. Nothing. Because they all work together.
That's right.
And, I mean, you have to believe that there's something bigger than you in order to make it through this thing called life.
That's right.
You can't think that you're in control because, the minute you have that mindset, you find yourself going through a whole lot of unnecessary stress, disappointment, because at the end of the day, it's God's plan.
That's right.
Not yours.
That's right.
And I think, a lot of times we we take that for granted, because I know once upon a time, I thought I was in control, and then when things would happen, I would be a total wreck, and then finally I just relinquished it to God, and oh my God, what a relief it is.
Yes.
That's right. I love it. And it's like I was telling one of the other ladies, it's like every day I wake up in the morning and it's like, what are we going to do today, God?
Yes, yes. It has to be. Everything in my life, and I had to learn the lesson as well, that everything, like God really does have to be the center. He has to be the focus. He has to be the foundation. He has to be the why. So everything that I do, I have had to learn to put God in the center of it, because it is my faith that helps me to move those mountains. Because those mountains are going to rise. They're doing what mountains do best. They grow, they rise, and they stand in your way. But then it's up to you to find that faith to say, you know what? God says all things are possible. So therefore, that means that what I'm facing, I can overcome it. It is possible. It is possible for me to tell my story, to walk in my truth. It is possible for me to be a best-selling author. It is possible for me to link up with genuine, like-minded people and be successful together in a sisterhood. It is possible, because people think in life that these challenges are the end. They are not the end. They are the beginning of where you find your strength. So people and that spiritual aspect is key. You have to have some type of faith, some type of foundation that's going to help you to wake up and do what it is you were called to do in the morning. Because I remember times having to get up and go to work, and let's just put it this way, I was a little less than enthused to go to somebody's job, right? But then I had to talk to God. I had to get up and say, okay, God, who do you need me to bless today? Why do you have me getting up? So I know there's a purpose that you woke me up this morning. What is it that you need me to do? Okay, there's somebody at that place that I need to speak to. There's somebody that needs me to listen to them. There's somebody that needs me to help them, assist them, coordinate something for them. Okay, I'm going. And then it just gave me this newfound energy to get up and get motivated to go do. Even something that I didn't, particularly care for doing, I still had that motivation to do so because it was God-driven. To know that you're walking in purpose, that you're doing things because God has called you to do them, just gives you that joy, gives you that light that helps to keep life worth living.
Girl, you got me over here. Oh, my God, you ain't never lied. I am just, it's all how when you have that faith piece, and that's first, every move you make is a purpose.
Absolutely.
It's a part of the purpose. Every move you make. So tell us a little bit give us a little sneak peek about your chapter in the book.
Yes, the beautiful, fantastic, phenomenal book, Women Inspiring Nations. And we are doing just that because we were bold enough to walk in our truth, to tell our stories. And when you do that, the only other thing that can occur is the inspiration. So we are diligently seeking to get this book in the hands of everyone so that we can keep the inspiration going. And my chapter, Finding Your Strength to Start Again, that chapter is the story of my life. Because when people see you as a registered nurse, they see you as a business owner, an author, and a motivational speaker. They see you with, nice things, and they think that you were born that way, that you just wake up like that, right? But no, they don't know, nor do they take the time to understand that some sweat had to go into this. Some blood had to be shed for this. And so I had to tell my story, which was something really difficult for me. I'm not keen with just kind of sharing my business. Grew up, keeping things to yourself, working your personal issues out. But what I realized is when you try to keep those issues in, they start eating you up inside.
Mm-hmm.
And those tales, those trials, those tribulations, they were eating me up inside. And what they did was they manifested themselves as depression. And I had to, yes, the motivational speaker, the one who's got high energy, full impact, who smiles all the time, yes, that woman suffered with depression. But she didn't stay there. She had to use that to discover how strong she really was. And she had to give herself permission to start life over again. When you get knocked down, you've got a couple of choices. One, you can stay down on the ground and eat the crumbs that other people are dropping. Or two, you can pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start again. And that's what I chose to do. There was no other option for me because I couldn't afford to stay down. I had two little kids that needed me to get up. I couldn't just lay there, although it felt good laying there. When you're down and you're in despair and you feel like, you know what, if I stay here, I can't get knocked down anymore. But guess what? I couldn't stay down because there was too many people depending on me. My children, for one, they were depending on me. And you know what? God created me on this earth to be a blessing to his people. And the nerve of me to get one good hit and fall down and then just stay down. No. The fight is not over. Just because you get hit once, twice, 3 times, 10 times does not mean you are out. And I had to learn that. From each punch I took that life hit me with, I had to learn to take the strength from it. And I took that strength from it, and I wrapped it around me as if it was a badge of honor, and I got myself up. And I found even more strength when I began to open my mouth and tell my story. And that is why I just knew I needed to be a part of this Women Inspiring Nations movement. Because, yes, it is a movement. Because we are changing the way people think. We are shaping the way they see themselves. And we are building a new life for them. So, yeah, this is a movement. And we are going after the nations. Mm-hmm. We are going to impact people all over the world because we were bold enough to share our trials and our tribulations and our setbacks and to show people our scars, our wounds. We exposed our wounds in this book.
Yes.
And people are going to get the strength because we saturated those pages with strength. We saturated it with success stories. So it's not all about the woe, it's me, but it's like, yeah, girl, it is me. So we saturated each page of that book with all of our success and our just rise-ups. And we are going for everyone. I mean, this book is for everybody. I mean, the stories, the stories, the stories. Maybe you ain't never been depressed, but you might have been through a divorce. Maybe you've never been through a divorce, but maybe you tried to start a business. Like, so there's something in there for everyone.
Yeah.
And I know it is going to it's going to really, really impact the nations. It really is.
I believe it is, too. And I'm just grateful that Cheryl, that God gave her the vision to bring this together.
That's right.
I am just grateful for that, and it's brought women together that probably may have never met each other, you know, and started a whole new movement just within the 25 authors.
Mhm.
And it's a blessing. It's a true blessing, and I definitely pray that everybody gets this book. I mean, this is like a must-have. It's a must-have.
And and I always say, don't be a stingy saint. You know, when you get something and it's good, don't just keep it to yourself. You need to share it. So when people are buying a book for themselves, they need to grab a few more. Grab some for your sister girls that you know are going to need it as well. Get some for your coworkers. It just might shift the whole atmosphere at your workplace. If everybody's reading and being inspired and walking on purpose and living out their truths, it just might make the workplace a little bit more tolerable. So I say, and I encourage people to go forth and get a couple of books and hold on to them if you need to. And as the Lord drops somebody in your heart, bless them with the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know what people are going through. Like I said, we don't always talk about it. Some people are brought up to shut up. You know, they tell you not to say that. You don't talk what goes on in this house. You don't say stuff like that. So you're brought up sheltered and holding your truths. So you might not know what they're going through. Just because they dress pretty, just because they got their face beat, does not mean that they're not going through something. So you just never know what someone might need. So I say pick up an extra couple of books and bless your sisters, your coworkers, your cousins, your friends. Buy them for your baby mamas. You want peace in the home, buy those books to just help people feel confident enough to walk in their truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes, and it's definitely an inspiration to me. And with the things going on in the world right now, we need movements like this. We really do need movements like this to get people thinking more about, you know, supporting themselves and living a better life so that they can trickle that behavior down to the people that they touch.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's just so important. Well, Sheniqua, tell us how our audience can get in touch with you. I know I'm going to be, it's on now, girl.
Yes it is.
I am so filled up right now from this conversation, and God is definitely present in this moment, and I can feel it.
Yes. And you know what? A lot of people, they're hurt. There's so much hurt that's going on in the world. And they think that they have to go through this by themselves. But we are an example of that you don't have to go through things by yourself, that God can strategically place women, other women in your life who will bond with you in a sisterhood that would bless you. Who knew that getting us all together, that not only do we have a book project, but we're supporting each other in all of our other ventures. You've invited us on your radio show, like which is an awesome thing. Like, we're honored to be here cheerleading for you and to support you in your efforts. So I want to let your listeners know that you don't have to do this by yourself, that God will send you your earth angels to connect with you, to help to find your strength, to help to build you up, and to really, really support you. So I am all over social media. If anybody wants to connect with me, they can get me. I'm on Facebook, Sheniqua Johnson RN. I'm on Instagram, Sheniqua Johnson RN. I'm on LinkedIn, Sheniqua Johnson RN. Like, have you found the pattern yet? My website is www.sheniquajohnsonrn.com. Now, Twitter is the only one that made me flip the script, okay? For Twitter, I am RN_S Johnson. But you know I was trying for that Sheniqua Johnson RN. I was trying to keep it consistent. But the only tricky part is the spelling of my name, which is Sheniqua. My mother is the only one that pronounces my name correctly. I always, Sheniqua, but it's actually Sheniqua. My mother says it perfectly. But however you call it, however you pronounce it, just spell it right, and you will certainly be able to find me. So I'm all over. I'm plastering up positive vibes and energy and support and love because this world needs it. We need it. So I am happy to connect with people. If you just need somebody to talk to, pass some ideas by, or you just need some daily words of encouragement and motivation, that's pretty much who I am. It's very, very simple, yet very, very complex.
Well, I am so happy you have lifted me up this evening. It was a great day, and it is a better day since I've talked to you.
Thank you so much.
And I know that my audience is feeling exactly the same way because you have that aura about you that just penetrates.
Amen.
And I thank God for you, and I'm so grateful that Cheryl Wood brought us together.
That's right. That's right. Because you know what? You need a vision. And a vision needs a visionary. So I am thankful. I give honor to God for her life and for the vision that she saw, for opening it up. Because you know what? In all honesty, she could have took this, and she could have been a stingy saint, right? She could have just made the Women Inspiring Nations by herself. She could have just, the woman inspiring the nation. She could have been selfish about it, but she wasn't. She opened up her platform for other women with the same mission, the same goals, the same purpose. And we come together, and yes, we may have different walks, but we mesh together and we blend together so perfectly that you know God's hand is on it. Mm-hmm. You know God's hand is on something when it's just a beautiful, beautiful meshing, and that's what this project is. We have similar goals, we have similar passions, and we really are just motivated and just encouraged with the words that each other have shared in the book. And I just look forward. I look forward to all of the amazing things that are going to come down the pike for each of us due to this book and the connections that the book is allowing us to build. So God is indeed good.
Yes, He is. And thank you so much, Sheniqua, for your words of inspiration and motivation. You are definitely annuitant, and I appreciate you saying yes to being on my show.
Yes, it was my esteemed pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your platform with me. I appreciate you so very much.
Absolutely. And one more time before we part, give us your contacts one more time.
Yes, that's www.SheniquaJohnsonRN.com, Sheniqua Johnson RN on Facebook, Sheniqua Johnson RN on Instagram, Sheniqua Johnson RN on LinkedIn. Not Sheniqua Johnson RN on Twitter, because Twitter messed me up. It's RN _ S Johnson. But if you find me on one, you can connect with me on all the rest. So it's a pleasure, and I'm always happy to make new connections with people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Love you, and looking forward to what God has planned for all of us.
Yes, absolutely. Love you too, sis. God bless.
God bless.
This show is brought to you by the amazing women of A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASIN LLC, where we are never in competition, but always in collaboration. And our valuable sponsors, Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting, to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyaCCT1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting, to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyaCCT1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Ready to plan for your retirement? Contact Game Plan for Retirement. Call 410-902-0464 and schedule a free consultation. That's Game Plan for Retirement, 410-902-0464. Interested in becoming a sponsor for Just Minding My Business 24/7 radio? Or would you like to know what a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASIN LLC, is all about? Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. Voiceovers for A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, provided by Ruth Haskins, voiceover actor. To fulfill your professional voiceover needs or to receive her current professional demo, contact Ruth at 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford. We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.